everyone. Today we are discussing here the topic nuclei. The name of the chapter is nuclei, and the very important topic that is called radioactivity. So first we have to try to understand the meaning of this word radioactivity. This word is made by here two, radio and activity. So we have to see in chemistry the properties of elements. Some of the elements are unstable. So why they are unstable? Lot of reasons behind their instability. Number of neutron-proton ratio and their atomic mass number. So we doesn't go here what are the reasons that's due to which elements or atoms are unstable. But here let me consider some of the unstable elements. Then everything in nature going towards stability. So how stability it came? Stability it comes by moving towards the lowest energy state. Lowest energy state. So how many element or their nuclei that reaches to lowest energy state, that is called maximum stable state, by throwing some energy. Because unstable, why any element it is comes in unstable, it is due to high value of energy. So when it reaches towards lower energy state, means towards the stability, it throws energy. And if any elements it throws energy, so this energy in the form of, it may be particle or it may be in the form of radiation. So now we can here explain the term radioactivity. It is a phenomena of spontaneous disintegration. We are saying here disintegration of the nucleus of an atom with the emission of one or more radiations like alpha particle, beta particle or gamma radiation. So we have to see the radioactivity, it is a spontaneous phenomena. We doesn't control it, we doesn't stop it, we doesn't accelerate it by chemical or physical condition. So it is a natural phenomena, spontaneous. It is just the process in the nature. Everyone, when it moves towards a stable state, that means in minimum energy states, so in some of the elements they shows radioactivity and it is a phenomena. Like now we have to see here what we have to learn here. We have to see what we have to here explain. One thing, radioactivity. So next, in next slide, actually these are the topics which you have to learn by other videos. So what I am covering here, Just minute. Okay, let's see here. This is a topic that is radioactivity. Radioactivity is the phenomenon of emitting alpha, beta and gamma radiation spontaneously. This is the equation that is called Soddy's displacement law, and with the help of this law we can see here there are two laws. One is charge conservation and second one is mass conservation. So this is the parent nucleus here. Z is atomic number and A is mass number. When alpha particle, when it is emitted, the atomic number it is decreases by the 2 unit, and the mass number it decreases by 4 unit. Similarly for beta decay and gamma decay. So we have to just here see the Rutherford-Soddy's law for radioactive decay. The disintegration of radioactive material it is purely a random process. We can't say, हम ऐसा नहीं कह सकते कि कौन सा एटम और एलिमेंट जो है वो सबसे पहले उसका डिसइंटीग्रेशन होगा और किसका नहीं होगा. जस्ट लाइक अ प्रोबेबिलिटी की तरह है. बाय चांस, मैटर ऑफ चांस, which nucleus will suffer disintegration. And the second law, the rate of decay, that is completely independent of physical composition and chemical condition of the material. जो मैंने आपको पहले कहा था कि हम इसे रिटार्ड नहीं कर सकते, एक्सेलरेट नहीं कर सकते, स्टॉप नहीं कर सकते, तो वही बात इन द रदरफोर्ड एंड सॉडीज लॉ में है. कंडीशन केमिकल एंड फिजिकल composition and chemical condition. By this we can't affect the radioactivity. And this third one is very very important. This is called decay law or radioactive decay law. So now we understand here the rate of decay law. Let me consider here radioactive sample, and in the sample initially N0 it is a number of undecayed number of nuclei, and let after t interval of time the undecayed number of atoms, let it is n, and just in very small interval of time t plus dp, mean in very small interval of time let the number of atom that disintegrates, let this r dn. So at that instant we can say the rate of decay, the rate of decay that will equals to dn upon dt. So this rate of decay, according to decay law, it is proportionally related to the number of sample left or undecayed at that time, mean proportionally related to n. So according to this law we can write dn upon dt is proportionally related to n. Here we have put the sign, negative sign. The reason is when we go further, time is increases, the number of undecayed atom or nuclei it decreases. So when it decreases, definitely the rate of decay, it also decreases. So on the basis of this concept, on increasing the time, this dn will decreases. So that's why we representing here minus sign. Now we come here. Okay, let me see. The rate of decay is directly proportional to the quantity of material actually present at that instant. As the decay goes on, the original material goes on decreasing and the rate of decay consequently goes on decreasing. Okay, next we have to go to the next slide. The decay law, the mathematical expression of this decay law this is a statement. Mathematically we represent it as dn minus dn upon dt is proportionally related to n, or we can write minus dn upon dt lambda n, where lambda it is the decay constant. The proportionality sign to balance we have to use here some proportionality constant lambda. Now rearranging, then we get dn upon n lambda dt. Now we have to take here their log. Then what we have to take, just we can just simplify here by taking integration dn upon n is equals to integration minus lambda dt. Then we have to get here log n is equals to minus lambda t plus c. What is c? C it is a proportional, it is a integration constant because we are not using here limit. So we can find out the value of that constant. Initially the number of sample n0, let me choose here initially. So we have to put in place of n0 and t. Then we got the value of c log e n0. So we have to put the value, then we have to get the equation log n upon n0 minus lambda t n upon n0 e raised to power minus lambda t. So finally we got here the mathematical expression of this decay law, n is equals to n0 e raised to power minus lambda t. We can plot it in the graph. Then the number of undecayed nuclei, and when we further going or increasing the time, it exponentially decreases. It exponentially decreases. You can see the power on exponential term minus lambda t. In this rate of decreasement, it can also be here explained or decided by the decay constant. So this decay constant lambda, we can also define it. So we can define it. Now you have to see this definition of this radioactive disintegration constant. But to first define, we have to choose here dn upon n equals to minus lambda dt. If we see, we are using here the dimensional analysis. the dimensions of lambda, it is just a reciprocal of the dimension of time. So we have, if we choose here dn upon n is equals to lambda and dt that is equals to 1 second, then we have to get here t is equals to 1 upon lambda, and then the relation it become n is equals to n0 divided by e. So simply this lambda, it may be defined as the reciprocal of time. When n is equals to n0, it falls 1 by e times. Mean the time and their reciprocal, which is equals to lambda, after which the ratio of undecayed nuclei and initial nuclei, that will equals to 1 upon e. So on the basis we have to define decay constant. Now we have to go next slide. Half-life period. It is just connected to decay constant, half-life time period. Mostly whenever we talk to a student, that if someone or sample having half-life 2 years, and we ask them what is the life that the sample completely become vanished. So few of the students are giving answer 4 years. So it is actually correct. If 2 years, if it is a life, half life, that means let it is n0. So after 2 years, n0 by 2. Then after 4 years, what? n0 by 4. So we never get any time here that whose half will equals to 0. No, nothing. So that's why we can here easily explain the half-life, that means that a sample that having half-life mean it can't be completely 100% vanish और समाप्त हो जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं है नेचर में, उसका कुछ न कुछ पार्ट जो है हमेशा बचा हुआ रहेगा. तो हम हाफ लाइफ को डिफाइन करते हैं. दिस इज द टाइम पीरियड रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द डिसइंटीग्रेशन और half of the amount of the radioactive substance originally present. So for this what we have to do? Just we have to put here in place of n upon n0 1 by 2, mean that will equals to half. So we getting the above expression e raised to power lambda t, that will equals to 2 lambda t log e, and we got the relation between half life and decay constant. So half life and decay constant, they are related, and the relation is 0.6931. So that's all for today we are discussed here radioactivity, decay constant and half life. In next video we will discuss about the rate of activity and mean life, average life, and some of the problems connected to half life. Okay, thank you.